make content, regardless of who watches it.
Com.
Well, I'm kind of done with the video because basically what he's saying is stuff that I've already said, and I don't want to keep rehashing. But I do want to take a look at Jake Paul's stuff. Let's take a look at Jake Paul. Here we go. Let's take a look. Ooh, Graham did a video about this.
What's up, you guys? It's Graham here. So let me start by asking you three very important questions. Number one, have you ever dreamed of being a millionaire? Number two, have you ever wanted to be financially free? And most importantly, number three, have you ever envisioned yourself driving around a Lamborghini and lighting
I thought you were going to say, have you ever envisioned yourself smashing the like button? But he didn't say it.
mattresses on fire? Well, if you answered yes to any of the above questions, then you'll definitely want to keep watching because I have the perfect solution for you, and it's called the Financial Freedom Movement, brought to you by Jake Paul. Okay, but in all seriousness, this recent brainchild business idea of Jake Paul has been drawing a lot of controversy lately. It's a program that allegedly teaches you how to live life on your terms, achieve your dream goals, and the juiciest part that all of us want to know the secret to, how to achieve financial freedom. Now, normally I would never cover anything related to Jake Paul because marketing to children is not my demographic. However, once I hear the term financial freedom mentioned, I'm in. And I'm going to want to check this out from the perspective of someone else who has also seen financial freedom in their 20s. See, back when I started on my financial freedom journey, I had to do things the old-fashioned way. Even though I never went to college, I had to get really creative. I had to work non-stop just to get myself ahead. I had to overcome a lot of obstacles and objections. I had to diligently track and save all my money. I had to learn the entire framework of real estate investing. I had to make a lot of mistakes and figure it out as I went along. And after many, many years of doing that consistently without taking a break, I was able to parlay that into now a successful career that's allowed me to become a multi-millionaire in my late 20s. But who knows, maybe, just maybe, I would have been way further ahead if I had something as revolutionary as Jake Paul's financial freedom movement when I first started. All for the low cost of just $19.99 a month. So I think that is what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to buy Jake Paul's course and then review it from the perspective of another self-made millionaire. I'll give you my honest, unbiased thoughts. I'll tell you if this advice is actually legitimate or if it's a worthless sack of shit. And then I will go and rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 scams. So with that said, if you appreciate all the work that goes into this video, if you wouldn't mind just hitting the like button for the YouTube algorithm, it helps out my channel and will make me feel better about spending like 9 hours going through Jake Paul content.
I'm surprised he actually bought this. Like, Graham is probably he's a lot like me. He's cheap and he doesn't like to spend money. Me personally, I would never buy this shit because I'm a cheap ass and I don't buy stuff like this. You know, you see these books behind me here? You probably can't see them because this is a bookshelf right here. All these books here, this is how we had to learn. This is how we did it, okay? We did it. We did it the old-fashioned way by reading these dusty-ass books. That's how we did it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put up a book here. Hold on a second. If you want to learn how to be really successful, I'll show you how to be successful. Here you go, right here. Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. Okay, so if you want to learn how to be successful, you need to read this book right here. See this book? It's called The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. Do you see this book right here? This is what you gotta read. Then when you're done with this book, you can come over here and you can read the Securities Analysis by Graham and Dodd. Now this is the book that Warren Buffett read. If you don't know who Graham is, no, wait a minute, that's the author. I'm sorry. Securities Analysis is the book that Warren Buffett's teacher, I forget his name, whatever. That's the book that he read. Okay, that's how you want. That's how you become successful, by reading that and learning the fundamentals of the market. He said that I'm a terrible reader. Well, I am. I was too when I first started. That's why I read a lot, and I've noticed I've become better at it by reading all the books that I've read. But I can relate to that. let's see what Graham says about
Content.
this.
So with that said, here's the video. Okay, so first things first, in order to get access to the program, I basically have to go and flush $20 down the toilet. So I will be right back. Oh wait, I didn't realize it also gives me the option to waste my money online instead. So let me go ahead and enter my credit card information.
I hope he used like privacy.com for his credit card, because you just know somebody's gonna hack into that website and steal your credit card. You just know somebody is. Like it's gonna happen. Cause knowing Jake Paul, he's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed. So if you put your credit card information into that website, you're probably gonna get hacked. I'm just saying.
And it's gone. It's all gone.
Okay, so objectively looking at this, my line of thinking is that this is a low enough price for people to sign up for without hesitation. But it's also a low enough amount where people might just forget about it and then not bother canceling.
Yeah, see, that's what it is right there. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to cancel, and so once you do it, you're gonna forget about it, and then you're gonna notice on your credit card statement, oh wait, there's this $20 charge right here for some program, FFM, I think is what it's called, and you're not gonna know what that is, you know. And if you're like me, you're probably gonna notice it like 3 or 4 months later. Like, what is this? What is this charge? I think that's the real key to all of this, is that it's a money making opportunity for Jake Paul. Jake Paul is the only person that's going to be successful from this program, in my opinion. But that's just me.
Canceling. Not to mention, canceling a recurring charge like this is usually more hassle than it's worth. And if someone forgets to cancel this for a few months in a row, well then basically in a way, you just paid for a free tank of gas for Jake Paul and his Lamborghini. So already, right off the bat, we're learning a lot about how to make money online. Like, number one, we should all aim to create a recurring stream of revenue like this one. And number two, the best way to make money online is to talk about how to make money online. Okay, I'm half joking here, but no, actually seriously, the best way to make money online is to talk about how to make money online. I'm dead serious. Okay, so we bought the program, and immediately upon...
Now, the best way to make money online is to create a business, create a blog, create a website like my website, which is richboywayne.com. It's in the description here, but you can see that's what it is, and that's the way to make money. That's the way to make money. So, sell products, create something that people want, market it, and then you sell a million copies or a million whatever. It's not rocket science. I mean, yeah, there is a skill to it. There's a learning curve, but once you overcome that, I'm pretty sure you can become successful. But do I recommend taking a course? I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, I'm gonna level with you here. Everything that you need to learn is on YouTube. It's on the internet. When we were coming up, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have these tools. What we had is dusty ass books like the one I just showed you. We had books like this where you had to read it. You see how thick this book is, dude? Look at that. Look at that right there. Look how thick this book is. That's what we had. And we had to scour through that and highlight things and get paper cuts to learn what we needed to learn, because that's what we had. Those are the tools that we had growing up. We didn't have the internet. So if I had the internet back then, dude, I'd probably be a billionaire right now. No, I'm just kidding. Probably a millionaire. Okay? Because everything you need to learn is on YouTube. But you have to know what you're looking for. You can't just type in, how do I make money on the internet? Because that's not going to work. What you have to do is type in like SEO, okay? Search engine optimization. How do I get my website on the first page of Google? Using backlinks. Then from there, you learn, okay, how do I create marketing campaigns in AdWords or AdSense or Facebook ads or whatever? How do I get, low cost per clicks on Facebook ads? That's the stuff you have to learn. That's the stuff you have to search for, and not necessarily, the basic stuff of how do I make money online, because that's too broad, and you're gonna get a bunch of scams and stuff. The type of people who love stuff like this are people who are looking for an easy solution. They want to make a quick buck, and they don't want to put in the effort. That's who this is for, really. That's who his course is for. His course is for people who want to do that. And I know I'm going off on a rant because that's what I do, in case you haven't noticed that by now. But his course is for people who want an easy path to wealth. They don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the blood, sweat, and tears. They just want to push a button, and the system or whatever that they have in place. I don't know because I wouldn't never pay for this crap, but whatever is going to make them money. That's what they want. All right, let's get back to the video.
Signing up, it asks you to enter your username and password, and then it takes us to the homepage where Jake Paul is front and center to greet us and share the entire blueprint of achieving financial freedom. Wow, I don't want to waste any time. Let's get right into this so I can start making some money. So once you go into the course section, you have the option to learn from 9 different millionaires, experts, and
See, this is kind of like what's that website called? Uh, um, shoot, I get ads about it on like every YouTube video, but I can't think of the name of it. Mastery class. There you go. It's like mastery class basically, where you go in and you get access to all these experts. But the only difference is mastery class is actually good. Like that, I actually recommend that because they actually have people like Neil deGrasse Tyson and Jeff Gordon and um, shoot, um, what's the guy's name? I forget. But you actually get people who are actually experts, which, this, I don't know who any of these people are, honestly. And to be honest with you, I don't really care.
thought leaders. So we're going to be starting off with the
Jake Paul is a thought leader. That's the biggest joke of all. Like, I would never think of Jake Paul as being a thought leader. You know,
man of the hour, Jake Paul. By the way, right off the bat, I'm a little thrown off that something like this only has 3 likes. Wait, now 4 likes on it.
yeah, that's another thing too. Like, how many people are actually paying for this? Because it doesn't look like there's a lot of people who would sign up for this, which I can kind of understand why. But you would assume as a big of a thing that they're making this out to be, that more people would sign up for it than are signing up for it, and it would have a lot more likes. Now, I feel like what you could have done, you could have wrote a script, this is what I would have done if this was my website. This is what I would have done. I would have wrote a script that goes through. It's like a macro basically, and likes these things. So it would look like it had like 100 likes or something like that, when really it didn't have anything. And I could even make a script, by the way, to create a fake account with a fake name, username, password, like the whole name, the whole works. Like it would look legit and have fake comments on all this stuff. But I'm not a fake dude. Like if you go to my website right now, you'll see I don't really have a lot of stuff up there. But the stuff that I do have up there is actually legit. It's legit articles that I wrote. It's legit videos that I made. It may be crappy, right now, but it's legit. I'm not trying to beg people for money. I don't do that because I have so many good ideas. I feel like I could market my ideas and make money. But apparently, Jake Paul seems to think that he does need to do that.
You would think that with so many big people making videos about this program that there would be thousands of people joining it and watching.
Yeah, I know PewDiePie made a video. Now, if you know PewDiePie made a video about it, it has to be huge by now. Cause dude, PewDiePie can make a video about anything, and it would blow up just because of how big he is. And then Graham made a video about this. Dude has like 1 million subscribers on his channel, so you would assume he'd have a lot more people. And I feel like if this was my website and I was the website admin, I would make a script to have all the comments and all the upvotes and all that stuff be written into the website. So when you clicked on it, you wouldn't come to an empty ass page. You would come to something that has like 1,000 upvotes and comments saying stuff. Things like, man, this is a great course. I'm so glad I took this course. Blah 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 blah. even though it's fake. I'd put that on the website, so it would give you more credibility, I guess you would say. Or you can just hire a bunch of bots to do that for you. There are websites you can go to. You can hire people to go onto your website and leave comments and leave likes for money. I think it's like a couple of dollars or a couple of cents per comment or something like that. I don't know because I don't really do that. But I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna do it, you might as well go on out, go all out.
It, right? Or maybe these 4 likes are just from the people who bought it solely to make a review like this on it. But anyway, that doesn't matter. Let's give it a shot.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so I just finished the video, and so far, I have to say, it's an inspirational come-up story of Jake Paul. And for the first 19 minutes, I thought it was kind of decent. But it did throw me off a little bit to hear this little snippet right here.
I think the biggest thing I want to point out is like how much of this information in this that they have access to, you can't Google it. Yeah. You don't talk about this.
Yeah, you can't Google it because you totally could Google this. Like what I was saying before, you can Google all this stuff. You don't need to pay for this course. You can buy it. You can just Google this on the internet, and there's tons of videos on YouTube on how to do different things. You're not gonna find all the answers in one place, but if you search for different aspects of it, you can definitely piece it together. Like I actually have some notebooks back here on this bookshelf of notes that I've taken from books that I've read. See if I can find one of them. I don't feel like looking at this. Well, but you get my point. Like you don't have to pay for a course. You can look all this up on the internet for free.
Stuff anywhere. The roadmap's nowhere except for inside of this.
See, when it comes to selling information,
Yeah, the roadmap is everywhere. Like, you just gotta look for it, basically.
coming from someone who sells information, I'll be the first to admit there are not any secrets out there. The information is already all out there if you want to put in your time and do your own research.
Thank you. That's what you gotta do. You gotta put in the time and do your own research. But I guess people are too lazy to do that. I mean, it's not like they gotta read a book, like what we had to do. We had to read books on this stuff, but apparently nobody has to do that anymore, so.
There's nothing stopping you from going and learning everything you need to know for free, just like there's nothing inherently wrong with going and charging for information. However, to say that the roadmap to financial freedom is nowhere but in this program that I just so happen to already pay for is a little bit disingenuous. But after spending about an hour going through the entire first segment of this course featuring Jake Paul, I will admit there was some pretty decent information in there. It was a lot about the groundwork of not comparing yourself to others, being okay with failure, learning how to celebrate the small victories along the way, learning about the importance of delegating, and understanding the fact that as much as you want something to be perfect, it is never going to be absolutely perfect. But then we should go on to our second expert millionaire, and that would be Dan Fleischman. Now, Dan is someone I've met several times through a few mutual friends, and Dan has hosted several events throughout Los Angeles that I have attended, so I can't say I'm entirely unfamiliar with his work. However, I will say, for influencers as large as Jake Paul, especially when PewDiePie goes and makes a video about this exact program, you would think that it would have more than 6 views on it, right? Like, let's put all the information and content aside.
Why couldn't you make a script that has more views, or just change the number? You can go into the back end of that website, into the PHP my admin section, and just change the number from 6 to like 6,000 or something like that. I mean, if you're gonna do this, at least at least make it look convincing. That's my whole thing.
And let's look objectively at this. Like, this has been out for over a week, and some of the biggest names in the world have talked about it. And there are 6 views on this in a week. So let's go and put this to the test. I'm going to be watching this Snapchat video and then seeing if it counts my view, because maybe the counter is just broken. Yes, and it did it. It counted my view. Look, right here, the next view. Listen, I just think it's absurd how little traction this is getting and how few people are actually watching this, given the large social media followings that all of these people have.
Dude, I wish like PewDiePie or one of those guys would feature my website. That'd be amazing, I just want somebody just to see my stuff, I don't care if you don't like it. I just want you to see it. That's my whole thing. But, if it was me and I was the web developer for that website, I would have it to where it would be automated comments in there. I would have the views would be a lot higher, supposedly, and then I would have likes on all my videos. If you're gonna have a website like that, now on my website, I don't have all that set up yet because I'm an honest person and I won't do that. Like I think that's lame, and I would never do that. You know, I don't care if my content sucks. It's just it is what it is. I get it, but I rather focus on improving my content than being fake. That's my whole thing. I think that's the main thing to take away from this is I'd rather make good content, or if my content is bad, I'd rather have people say, "Hey man, your content is bad. I didn't like that last video that you made because it sucked," and then say, "Okay, cool. What about it didn't you like?" So I can go back and make better content. But that's just me personally. I'm just saying, like, that's my whole thing.
See, as a testament to their own program, I just think it lacks credibility from the perspective of how few people are actually going through it. And even though I don't have anything against Dan Fleischman, it just seems to me like Dan and Jake just repackaged old content and threw it in here as a way to fill space and make money. Now that is not to say that the information is bad, but I had the impression going into this that this content was unique to Jake Paul's program and I was going to get something new. But with Dan Fleischman, he literally says it in the beginning of the video, "Thank you for registering at learnpersonalbranding.com," with learnpersonalbranding.com at the top of the whiteboard. Like, there was literally no effort at all to try to hide the fact that this was recorded previously on his own, and then just slapped together on Jake Paul's website for more exposure. After all, if you go to the website learnpersonalbranding.com, you'll see that he charges $497 for this information. Wow! But here's the nail in the coffin. If you literally just go and type in "Learn Personal Branding Dan Fleischman" in YouTube, you'll see the exact same video with the exact same links to his site.
Dude, wouldn't it be messed up if like he put the YouTube video on his website that you could have just searched for? This goes back to my point that I made earlier about being able to just search for information, but nobody really listened to that point. But that's exactly what you have to do. Just search for the information on YouTube. It's out there. You know, at least nowadays we got Reddit, YouTube, Bigger Pockets, all these other websites that you can go to, and you could lurk there. You know, don't have to create an account. You could just go on there. Well, maybe some of these you have to create an account for, but you just go on there and hang out, and you'll learn stuff. Now you'd be surprised how much stuff I learned on Bigger Pockets. I'm just reading through the comments, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. I've improved my real estate knowledge so much by going and just hanging out on the forums and reading forums. Even if the forums didn't have anything whatsoever to do with what I was doing, I've just learned so much by just doing that. And of course, hanging around with other real estate investors too. But that's later. That came later on. Like I'm just saying, like in the beginning, that's what I did.
Posted on November 4th, 2018. Come on, I just think if you're going to create a program, it should not just be repackaged content from a few years ago. But hey, at least on the bright side, I just saved you $497 because thanks to Jake Paul, you could get access to the exact same thing for $19.99 a month. Plus, I still find it funny that I am literally the only view on some of these videos. So next we move on to Mark Lack, another personal branding expert. And when I click on the first segment to begin watching, I couldn't help but notice a click here to learn more about the missing marketing link from Mark Lack. And that takes you to some sort of scammy looking landing page for some get rich quick, I don't know what it is, where I can get a $6,000 package for the low price of only $97. Seriously, does he think we're actually all that stupid to believe this is real? Like he would actually sell a $6,000 program for $97. Come on, like no one sells their own program for a 99% discount discount? No one. Listen, I'll just tell you exactly what's going on. He went and picked an arbitrarily high number that makes you think you're getting a ton of value from this, and then he actually charges you what he thinks it's really worth. But my recommendation for Mark is that, at least if you're going to be doing this, pick a believable number. Like, don't just say it's worth $6,000 and then,
because you're so committed and you joined Jake Paul's program, I'll give it to you today for $97.
Anyway, going back to the course, I felt a bit special about being the first person to watch some of these videos to completion. And guess what? Yet again, this just seems like another repackaged course of pre-recorded material that was just thrown together on here for content. And I find it funny too that his shirt says Holonis on it. And then it struck me as kinda odd that he went and said this.
And so the biggest platforms that people are hanging out statistically would be Facebook, Instagram, Holonis, LinkedIn, and YouTube. These are some of the more popular big.
Oh yeah, the biggest platforms out there statistically. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, Holonis, YouTube, LinkedIn. Holonis? Yeah, I think we could say that's absolutely not the case, especially if one of their biggest accounts on Holonis, the Chainsmokers, is only getting 12 likes on one of their pictures. So yeah, right there I knew something was up, and with a little digging I found that Mark Lack is actually an operating partner at Holonis. Like, it's one thing to talk about a new social media site that you're trying to grow and develop, and it's another thing to try to sandwich it in between Facebook and Instagram, Holonis, YouTube, and then try to bring it a little credibility to get people to move over to it. Oh, but wait, this just gets so much better. I kept going through Mark's videos and I came across this course called 7 YouTube Musts, where in it he throws in that it has almost 1.2 million views, and then tens of thousands of likes just racking up. So I wanted to see for myself, like, does he actually have millions of views? Well, the answer is no. The video that I just paid $19.99 a month to have access to is already on YouTube entirely for free, and it has a whopping 165 views. Right, so the person who's supposed to teach me how to grow on social media only has 165 views. And then he has to visually mislead us into thinking he has over 1 million views, because otherwise maybe we wouldn't trust him. But I'm not sure if I'm more bothered by that or the fact that the video that I paid for is already on YouTube for free. Doesn't that just defeat the purpose of paying for it in the first place?
Yeah, see, that's the whole thing. All this stuff is on YouTube for free. Why are people paying for this? Like, I'm too cheap to pay for stuff like this. I'm just saying, like, the only real estate courses I've ever taken was like some program by Preston Ely, like way back in the day. But like, I personally wouldn't pay for this stuff.
First place? Because if I remember correctly, he said this in the beginning of the course.
You can't Google it. You don't talk about this stuff anywhere. You know, the
Even though you totally can. The first rule of marketing, of making it, is get a real job. Well, yeah, I think it's the first step. You know, that's what I did. I took the money from my job and I used it to buy the web hosting and to build the website that I did. You know, but yeah, I agree. Like, having a job to fall back on is definitely helpful. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know if your website's going to be successful or not. You don't. Like, you really don't. You can do everything right as far as marketing and the overall design and everything, and you can still fail. Yeah.
the roadmap's nowhere except for inside of this.
So does that mean maybe he was lying to us? Wait.
Yeah, C# is actually a real good language to learn. Another good language to learn is C++. Well, I know C++, Java, and PHP. I probably use PHP the most because there's so many websites out there that use it. But yeah, I definitely agree that what was I gonna say? Damn, lost my train of thought. Yeah, programming is a real good field to get into if you want to make good money. Good money, starting out at least 50,000 a year, if not more. Because I know guys here that make 100,000 a year, easy doing that, easy. The work isn't easy, but you know, if there ever was a such thing as easy money, then it would be that. Especially going on these websites like Odesk or Upwork or places like that, and just taking these easy jobs, dude. Like, some of these jobs that are out there are just so easy. It's like, I need someone to change the code on this website. Okay, I look at the source code and I'm like, okay, this is like what, 5 minutes of work, and they're paying me like $1,000 to do it. Hell yeah. Here where I am, 100K for immediate. Exactly, 100K minimum, minimum. And like on a lot of these websites, man, you could be a janitor on these websites and make 50K a year. It's crazy. That's what they should be teaching. If you want to learn something in school, if you're one of those people that don't really know what you want to do in life and you don't really have a path, learn programming. Programming is the best thing you can ever learn if you want to make some serious money. And I can say that as both a programmer and a YouTuber. Like if you want to make serious money and you want to make quick money, then there you go. Well, in my high school, we did learn programming. We had like a basic programming class, and I learned C++ and Java. So those are two languages that I learned. But yeah, I agree with that. There needs to be more programming classes in school. That's actually the only class, really, that I actually made A's in. Because the other classes that I took, I was a straight C student in high school. But the only class I ever made an A in is programming, and that was it. Yeah. Well, most of the information that you learn in school is a bunch of bullshit anyway. I've already talked about that. It's mostly just stuff that, it's designed to get you a job at a factory because our education system is based on the industrial age model. It's not based on the information age. So it's designed to teach you basic skills to where you can go to a factory and get a job, and you can make cars or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, C sharp is a real good language to learn. I'm going on a rant now. Let me get back to the video.
Wait a second, if he was lying to us about something like that, maybe he was also lying about the fact that his course was $6,000. And this is not just one video either. His other video on mindset is in Jake Paul's course, but it also happens to be the exact same video posted last week to his YouTube channel with a link to his free masterclass that just so happens to be conveniently starting in the next 6 minutes. I just think that when you have
See, I've wanted to figure out how to do that. How to make websites like that where you can um, have these master classes and then you sign up on it and it says the webinar is starting in 6 minutes. And then, it's just some pre-recorded thing that they put up there that you signed up for. I'll have to look into that. Here in Europe, it's the same stuff. Yeah, it's the same stuff everywhere because it's, they're just teaching you the basics of everything. Yeah, exactly. This is the same. This is just like masterclass. It's just like Udemy. It's just like masterclass. It's just like all these other sites out there where you go in and you have all these experts that are just supposedly you can pick a topic and there's an expert for that topic. But only thing is like masterclass is actually pretty decent. Udemy is real good. I was actually going to make a Udemy account and create a real estate course for it, but I am too lazy to do that because I've been working on that course for about 6 months now, and I've recorded like one video for it, and I haven't done the other ones. Like I recorded the intro video, and that was about it.
to resort to these types of sales techniques just to get someone to buy it, then maybe I think it's just not that good. Not to mention, you would think that a personal branding expert would have some sort of growing social media presence online, right? Well, when you go to his Instagram Social Blade account, which keeps track of his Instagram follower count, you'll see that he's actually losing an average of 139 followers.
Damn. His stuff look worse than mine. Like my YouTube analytics are worse than this. But I've been kind of lazy. Simple games in Unity for mobile platform. Okay, yeah. I've been trying to make a game for a type of game that I want to make is like a type of real estate game where you go in and you buy properties and you sell them. Just basic. Um, Dang, what was I gonna say? It kind of be like the game Drug Lord, like way back in the day. There was a game that you could download on your calculator called Drug Lord, where you could go and buy, fake drugs on it. It's a really cool game, and I wanted it to be like that, but instead of drugs, obviously, buying real estate and selling real estate, and teaching kids how to assess risk and also how to value real estate deals. And I thought it would be cool to make a game like that. And it would be kind of fun too, just to see how many houses you could buy, or how many buildings you could buy and sell and make money, fake money, of course. But you know, my friend's father is a broker. He told me a secret. Yep, you buy this panic, sell the. Um, Damn, how did that quote go? You buy the panic, you sell the crisis or something like that. I don't know. Let me see. Because I want to at least sound like I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, there it is. Buy the fear, sell the greed. There you go. That's a famous quote by Warren Buffett. Yeah, you just have to be aware of what country is at war. Yeah, I suppose there's opportunity there too. Oops. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, buy the panic, buy the fear, sell the greed. There you go. Yeah, you just have to be aware of what country is at war. Yeah, well, I think the key to that is to know you got to be so in tune to the news that you can go and you can buy your positions before whatever happens. Like with the coronavirus, for example, you could have went in and bought stock in 3M and all these other companies, which 3M isn't really the best example because they're actually losing money right now. But you get what I'm trying to say. Like you can actually go in and buy positions in companies that you think are going to be successful during whatever is happening. Like for example, with coronavirus, you could have bought stock in like several of the large hospitals, and people knew about it, in China. But I don't think anybody knew that it was going to be as bad as it has become. So that's why um, things are the way they are. Yeah, I agree. I agree. This is going to fix itself a lot faster than the 2008 because the underlying fundamentals haven't changed. The only thing that's changed is the fact that we've closed down the economy for no apparent reason. Yeah, exactly. We're just installing mode. Once everybody gets back to work and everything is back up, then um, most of everything is going to be good. Some of the restaurants are going to do pretty bad though. Like the travel industry right now is taking a hit. Now, see, there is an opportunity right there. There's an opportunity in that. If you were smart, what you could do is buy stocks in some of these travel companies, the bigger ones. I wouldn't buy stock in Delta. I would short the hell out of that. And if I was going to buy stock in an airline company, I'd probably wait because you never know how those things are going to do. But eventually, it's going to pick back up, and I would probably get that on the uptick. You know, as everybody goes back to work, and we kind of come out of the lockdown. Yeah, exactly. The jobs are going to show up again. There's opportunity here. There's opportunity. I think that in the real estate market, things are going to kind of go down for a while because honestly, nobody's really wanting to buy a house right now. If I had a down payment for a house, I'd be saving that up right now because I don't know if I'm going to have a job or not in 3 months or a year or 2 years. But once everybody comes back to work and kind of comes out of lockdown, I think that things are going to kind of go back. There's going to be a lot more, um, you know, real estate is going to go back to the way it was, which I was kind of hoping that it would go down because I want to get some good deals. I know that sounds kind of messed up, but the market's been overblown, dude. It's way overbought right now. Like houses here are super expensive, and you just know nobody's buying this crap. I mean, the medium income here in Nashville is $57,000, and you have houses that are selling for 250 and 300,000. Which, if you do the math, it's like a monthly payment of 1,500 or 1,600. I don't know. Like nobody's can afford that. I'm gonna make myself my own eco sustainable house to show a giant fuck you to the government. Yes, it kind of reminds me of the whole farming thing too. Like nobody really wants to own a farm, and I don't understand that because I think that being able to grow your own produce is great, you know, and that's why you don't see a lot of programs by the government to own a farm. It's all a conspiracy, man. I'm telling you. 15,000 back because of the eco law. Yeah, man, do it. Yeah, I say, yeah, if you can do it, do it. Like we have programs here like that where if your house is, I guess a greenhouse, you have all kinds of energy efficient things in your house. You can get grants from the government. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I've seen videos of people doing that on the internet, taking these shipping containers and making them into houses. I think it's kind of cool. You know, for me personally, I'd probably do it because um, I'm a single guy. I don't have a family, so living in a shipping container, I mean, it's not too different than what I live in right now. Like this is basically a shipping container. It's a one bedroom apartment. Yeah, exactly. You can modify it to your likings. You can kind of make it, you know, how you want. The only thing about it is though is that you gotta find a place that will allow tiny houses, and our government here doesn't allow them in certain places, or actually in hardly any places. Which I hope they're going to change that pretty soon because I think that that's the future. The future is tiny houses and shipping containers and things like that that are real cheap, where a millennial or a person like myself can easily afford. Like how much does a shipping container cost? Like 5, 6 grand. Let me look that up real quick. Hold on a second, because I don't want to give out no false information. Let's see. Shipping container cost. Excuse me. So for about, okay, that's what the hell is that? Sorry, I typed in too many words there. All right, so for a shipping container for a used one, it's $1,500, and then you can get one of the 74-foot shipping containers or whatever for 3,000, almost 4,000. So I guess it ranges from like 1,500 to $5,000, and then you could turn around and sell that shipping container house once you fix it up for like 20 or 30 grand. Now tell me that's not a good opportunity right there. I'm just saying. And if you buy a shipping container for $1,500, and you put $5,000 in work into it, I mean that's a no brainer. You could have that. You could have your house paid off in like a couple of years, like 5 years. Not even that really. For what you pay on a car, you can have your house paid off. Now see, that's the way to do it right there. But not everybody sees it that way, I guess. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. I'll be back. Okay, there we go. All right. So, yeah, I should do a video about that actually, about shipping container investments, because I believe there's opportunity there. Shipping container. I wonder who's doing that, because somebody has to be out there buying shipping containers and making them into houses and then selling them. But the only thing about it is that you got to find a place that allows you to do them, and Nashville does not. Which I think that's an opportunity, because mathematically it makes sense, and you'd have to be an idiot not to be able to see that you could buy a shipping container for $1,500, put 5 or 10 grand into it, and have your house paid off in a couple of years. Like maybe not even 5 years. I think you could pay it off in 5 years. I would be down to save up and eat ramen for you. Exactly, exactly. You could have, if you really hustled and you really focused on it, you could have it paid off in a year. Maybe two. But yeah, I'm interested in stuff like that. Like I see these videos on YouTube with these people that live in these vans and these converted cars, um, and that really appeals to me, because I'm like, a van doesn't cost that much, like maybe $1,000, and you can convert it into a car, and you can go move to somewhere that has a warmer climate, like uh, Florida, California. You can live out of the van. Yeah, exactly. Paying like 2 and 3 grand a month for an apartment, or like 200,000 for a small apartment. Yeah, no, that's crazy. You have apartments here that people are paying like 1,700 a month. I'm like, who's buying this crap? And it backs up to the interstate. Like the only view you really have is the side of this building on this side and the interstate. That's it. So you're not even paying for a view. You're paying for the interstate view. Yeah, I guess I'm not really a millennial. I have a very um, boomer mindset, because I'd rather go out and pay for a farm, for 200,000, than to go buy some crappy house or some stupid, condo somewhere. Yeah, exactly. You really don't even have to have Google Fiber. You could have a satellite internet out there, and it'd be just as fast, or if not faster. But nobody wants to do that, because that goes against the grain. People don't want to think against the grain. They want to go with the herd mentality. They have a herd mentality, and they just want to go along with whatever. Hey, let's go get this new condo downtown, because everybody else is doing it. Why don't we do it too? I got way off tangent. Let me get back onto the video.
Followers per day, which makes me think, maybe he's just buying fake Instagram followers just like his imaginary YouTube views counter. So I guess you could.
And that's something else I've never understood. Why people buy fake views and stuff. Like, I'll admit it, that I did it on one of my videos. I bought like 1,000 likes. Okay. But it didn't help anything. Like, I still don't have the following that you would think I would have with 1,000 likes on a video. So you're really just telling on yourself unless you have the whole package of likes and subscribers and comments and the whole thing. And even then, it's not going to help you in the algorithm, because if you make crappy content, and this is something that I've learned, if you make crappy content and the quality of your video is crap, it doesn't matter. YouTube is not going to promote it. YouTube would rather promote a video with high quality images, audio, and content that people can use than with maybe like 10 subscribers over a video with 1,000 subscribers and um, whatever. But the content is crappy. But you kind of get what I'm saying with that. Like, it's all about quality. That's what YouTube cares about. So buying likes and buying subscribers and all that stuff is not really going to help you in the long run. And it's really a waste of time, in my opinion.
You could say Mark lacks social media skills. Get it? Now keep in mind at this point, we're only 1/3 of the way through and already there are so many red flags. But let's keep going just to see if this gets any better, because honestly, I went into this thinking hey, it's only 20 bucks. How bad could it be? And then that brings us to Travis Lubinsky. Again, he is another person who seems to, out of nowhere, just magically gain a whole bunch of Instagram followers, only to have them slowly lost a few days later.
Oh yeah, dude totally bought subscribers. Totally. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure those are bots. Those are definitely bots. Cause there's no way, unless you get promoted by PewDiePie or something like that. Which even then, your traffic wouldn't spike like that. So yeah, he's definitely buying bots, dude. And he's not even buying quality bots. He's buying the crappy quality bots that you just know that as soon as you buy the product, these people go and they like your video, and then a couple of days later they unlike it and they move on to the next client or whatever. So he's not even buying the quality subscribers. He's buying the crappiest of crappy.
So I could spell this out very clearly for anyone who's not picking up what I'm putting down. This is usually a telltale sign that someone is out there buying fake Instagram followers just to boost their social credibility and presence online. Normally, I would never care if someone is out there going and buying fake Instagram followers just to boost.
Now, I will say on sites like Instagram and Facebook, it might help you a little bit, but it's only going to help your credibility. It's not going to help you in your ranking of anything. It's going to help you if somebody comes onto your page and they see, oh, look, there's 1,000 likes here. This guy must know what the hell he's talking about. But it's not going to help you in, YouTube, for example, or Twitch, or whatever platform you're using. So, realistically, it's kind of pointless.
Or numbers, whatever. But if a self-proclaimed business expert is doing this, then that just makes me a little bit suspicious. Okay, but I will say, in Travis's own defense, he's the only person on here so far not to try to upsell you to a more expensive product. So at least there's that, and everything he said, I agree with, albeit it's some pretty basic information, so okay, Travis gets a pass from me. But then we got our fourth expert entrepreneur, who is none other than Adrian Morrison. And yet again, we got another giant upsell at the top of the page, which, when you click on it, whoa, holy crap, the time just ran out to claim this discount. wow, it's almost $1,000, but right now if I'm lucky enough to get in, it's only $37. Seriously, it's at this point that I could confidently say that this program is now the sketchiest thing that I have ever seen in my entire life. It's almost like we're going down the rabbit hole of exactly how to be a sketchy human being and use cheesy, high-pressure, mildly unethical sales tactics to make money. And with Adrian, he starts off by going into the details about how to start up a business in e-commerce and marketing, and from a surface level standpoint, it does seem like he's actually giving out some decent information. However, I couldn't help but think that the entire program was just leading up to something. I couldn't quite put my finger on it until, oh wait, it's right here.
So if you want a special deal, a special discount that nobody else gets, you want more training, and you want to learn it from me because you feel like what you've already received is valuable, I promise you if you click the link below, you're not going to regret it.
Wait a second, is this just another sales pitch for yet another program? And even their Instagram mastery course has another upsell, which just so happens to then start in under 4 minutes, where inevitably there will be something else that they will want you to buy. The other speakers are now just more of the same. Anthony Morrison, who is Adrian Morrison's brother, also just happens to be having a sale at the discounted price of only $7 a month, where he could teach you how he made his first $1 million. Like, this has to be a joke, right? Or we have Billie Jean's information in here. Like, you would think, like, this has to be some new information, right? Like, he has to have done this specifically for this course, right? Well, if you think that, you would be wrong. At first, I couldn't put my finger on it, even though they made no effort whatsoever to change the titles from Clicks 2.0 G Video 3, as in Billie Jean's old program, which I'll put up right here. Could it be that maybe Billie Jean just re-uploaded his old program to Jake Paul's website? No, he couldn't. Or did he? Because when I opened the course, I noticed that the date on there, just to the right of the computer.
Uh-oh. They got him. They got him. So this was recorded 2 years ago? And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're just re-uploading YouTube videos on this thing. You know, from a business standpoint, I will say that this is actually a good thing. Because people are lazy.